It's just been this incredible journey of the best days of my life. So I knew that the bug was getting stronger. I knew the fire was starting to burn. And I was reading a lot obsessively about Roux, and then I saw this thing called the Roux Scholarship. So I get there and it's like fucking Adam Simmons.
Oh, was Adam
Steve
doing it that
Drake,
year? Yeah.
Someone at the fucking aubergine.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm in this shit. And I cook the fucking meat and I rest it. It's fucking perfect. I looked at my eyes, a fucking like dog ate it. Marco Pierre, right? It's exotic. It's almost like mythical. The one that made it accessible to us working class boys was him. The bond me and Michelle had was incredible because we just clicked. Again, and Bronchi would pop in as like a little whirlwind. And I remember Rick Stein walking past with the cameraman and he goes, "Oh, come a picture." And I'm sorry, I'm in the shit, I need to move. Saw him the next day and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he goes, "Yeah, good, thanks." He was Rene from Noma. If the chef doesn't want to take you on, you can't go, can you? And they always say don't meet your heroes, and I'm probably, I wish I never met him.
Welcome to Supplied, the podcast about how fresh food gets to us from the people who produce it, move it and cook it. I'm Rob Burton. I've spent over 45 years both growing and then supplying fruit and veg to some of Britain's top restaurants. Now I get the chance to talk to people behind the food we eat. From specialist growers, committed suppliers and Michelin-star kitchens, we'll hear how they got started, why they do what they do and the lessons they've learned along the way. So whether you work in fresh food or just care where yours comes from, you're in the right place. This podcast is made possible by Fresho, the order management platform that helps food suppliers run smoother, faster and smarter operations. Now, let's get into the episode. My guest today is Sat Bains, who, along with his wife Amanda, own the 2 Michelin-starred Restaurant Sat Bains in Nottingham. His career started at the age of 17 when graduating with a Sitting Guilds qualification. At the age of 28, he won the prestigious Roux Scholarship. On return to the UK after 3-month stage at Restaurant Le Jardin de Saône in the south of France, he took the role of head chef at Hotel de Clos, which he took ownership of some 3 years later and gave it its present name. He's written a couple of books, scored a perfect 10 from all 3 judges on the Great British Menu for his ham, egg and peas dish, and appeared on various live cookery shows on TV. Sat, welcome.
Thank
you
you
so much
Thank
for
you for having
coming.
me.
This is going to be a pleasure and
you
an
must be
experience.
scraping the barrel getting me in.
Well, you know, needs most. Talk me through your story then from the beginning. What would you consider to be the beginning?
So it's very simple and also quite complicated. So obviously immigrant son.
Yep.
3 sisters. Dad and mum came to Britain when Dad was, I think, 12.
From where?
Penang.
Yeah.
He was born in India.
Oh, right.
And
okay.
allegedly, I think there's some bullshit in here, but let's see if it's all true.
Well, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Why would you? It's ridiculous. So allegedly, his dad died in India, and then his mum married his brother, dad's brother that died.
Right.
So they reckon there was some dodgy shit going on there where he was either murdered, which I can't prove, and then they got together.
Yeah.
So that my dad was the first son. Then they had to run off to Penang because my step-granddad allegedly killed someone, went to prison. And then escaped by probably doing some more damage to a guard, legged it to Malaysia, to Penang.
Right.
Got the family over there, had 3 more sons.
Yeah.
So then my dad was probably, obviously the oldest. My granddad then came to Derby and he was laying cables. It's obviously part of the Commonwealth, they shipped him over.
Yeah.
And so Dad really looked after the family from the age of like 4 till he was like 12.
Yeah.
Because my grandma was a bit of a, she used to go out to the neighbours, didn't do fuck all. So he was a bit hard. He had to pull up 3 children, and then they all got this cruise ship, which is crazy, from Penang to the UK.
Right.
It took 6 weeks, like a liner, 6 weeks, and they landed in wherever they did, and they moved to Derby. And that was it. And then Mum's family were from Bradford. So Mum's got this incredible, slightly Yorkshire twang. So I'm probably half Yorkshire, which I love because Yorkshire's beautiful. And so growing up was hard. Punjabi family, tight community, only son. You got to work. There's no room to.
So you say Punjabi community. So you were living in a community.
I lived in Derby, but there was a big community of Punjabi, which were all relatives and all the rest of it, and also all probably because they all came over in the 60s.
Yeah.
Because they were offering lots of work then. Because the beauty is obviously what I've been taught. Mum and Dad worked. So, then you look at immigration now, it's totally different. You can come and get the benefits, but we were never allowed to think like that.
No.
They had to work.
So you were educated with work ethic.
You had to have a work ethic. And also you were forced to work ethic. You had no choice. So going to school meant fuck all. You had to go to school, but then you've got all that free time, which means you've got to stay in the shop.
Yeah.
So I started to work around 11, 8 years old, probably a bit younger when I was going to the shops, do the cash and carry with my dad, paper rounds, all that shit. So
newsagent, general stores,
newsagents,
type
off
place,
license.
Yeah.
So it was open from 5 in the morning till 10 at night.
Fucking hell.
So there was no way to.
Yeah.
You're not going to say you're going playing with your mates.
Yeah.
If you got time to play, you got time to
but
work.
you didn't have any fucking mates. So.
Well, they did, because I had a shop. So they all come and
that's
fucking
it,
rob all
nicking
the
the
tills.
sweets,
Rob the sweets,
yeah.
and I just let them. And as you grew up, you know, it was you had to work, and that was it. So I had a good work ethic instilled by my dad. He was a hard taskmaster, not the greatest guy, which I'm not too fussed about. But we've got mum now, so mum's in Derby. Got 3 sisters.
Just go back on that. Say not the greatest guy. Do you want to?
Think about it. He had to bring up his own brothers. He was, he had no childhood himself.
Right.
So how do you then become a father? So he was probably a kid himself. You know what I mean? So I think he struggled. He struggled with that, and then obviously put it into us. So we had a very hard upbringing. But the work ethic is the one thing, you've got to take a positive out of everything.
Oh, absolutely.
So I thought, you know what? I did learn how to work really hard. So I wasn't very academic. So then, there's loads of little stories which are hilarious. Like one year he bought me a bike for Christmas. I was so giddy. Like, I've got a fucking rally. It was a Pulsar, grey. Cost about, say, 90 quid.
Yeah.
And I was probably about 14. I goes, oh my God, I got a bike. And he goes, oh, happy Christmas, whatever. And he goes, now, but I've sacked 2 lads, paper lads.
You're doing the paper
You're
round.
now doing their
Now
round.
you've got a bike. I love
I
it.
was like, fuck me. It was just all them things. That all there's, you're not going to paint out. I had a brilliant childhood. I was very happy, but it was very hard.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to paint out it was doom and gloom. It's made me who I am today. But I do think the work ethic was something that I was forced upon. But, you just learn to take it if you work hard. And then I left school.
Yep.
Realised that I've got to now get a job. So, because my life was pretty much planned out, fucking arranged marriage, only man, only boy, carry the name on.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of pressure from age of 14. I thought, fucking, I don't want to get married. My sisters have got arranged marriage, 2 of them older. And theirs didn't work out.
I was going to say, how those marriages worked out.
None of them have got the same marriage. Because don't forget, we were born in here. We were born in Derby, the Western culture. We were born with loads of English friends. And we were English, but we are first generation.
Yeah.
Punjabi immigrants, sons and daughters.
Yeah.
So there's a cultural heritage here that we know.
Yeah.
And there's bled into who we are. So that's part of my DNA. I can't change that. And I love that. But there's also, we're British and we've worked very hard and we've all grown up here and we all know the way of living in the UK and how we've got to make sure we're productive and we're all putting stuff in and creating businesses and companies and we're employing. And I love that because I think that's a true dream, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You're putting something back, you're employing people. We're not scamming off the fucking socials. We're not on the dole. We're not just bleeding out the socials. We're working and we're adding things back to the
So it's
the
fair
UK.
to say you're a right-wing Punjabi.
I want to say right wing. I think I'm probably middle. I voted Labour last time.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? What do you do? I'm not political. I'm not going to
You
get
made a
into
decision.
politics. I'm not going to get into politics.
Yeah.
because
No, we're not going down that rabbit hole, but
I'm
you
not.
made a decision at the time you believed to be right.
Yes, exactly. Because I thought it'd be nice for a change.
Yeah.
That was it. So anyway, left school. I thought I'm screwed now. So I just kind of like, this is it. And then one of my mates, Dilly, he goes, Sat, we haven't got to go to work yet. We can go to college. And it's like, what? Because we still got 2 more years of dossing around. And I was like, this sounds incredible. So I then I went to college on open day in Will Morton, Derby.
Yeah.
And we used to do home ec at school.
Yeah.
And I loved it, I used to take
Short
a basket and then bread rolls and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I remember making a pizza with white sliced bread with grated cheese and I cut a chilli on it. Me and my mate Sup Jeevan, we both did. And the teacher was obviously not impressed. She's like, you could tell she was thinking, what the fuck is that? But we had spicy cheese on toast with a bit of Indian heritage, a bit of green chilli. We loved it. And me and him were like tucking in. This is amazing. So we thought we were cooking, you know what I mean? So I didn't mind cooking. We used to make soups and stuff as normal, baking. So that was part of our curriculum.
So was that the first time you sort of got involved with food?
No, it was the first time I got involved with food.
Yeah.
Because at home, again, very split, like the Gurdwara, it's men on one side, women on the other. So when we would have because I have an extended family, we had probably 20.
Yeah.
And at first, we always used to live in one house, and my grandma. So there's probably 4 brothers, all the wives and the kids and me. So we're all
in
like
one house.
That's how it was. Because the matriarch is the grandma.
Yeah.
Cleverly, she takes all the fucking money from everybody, and she pleads poverty, and then she dibs out. And then imagine all the daughter-in-laws. They all lived in the same house, and then you'd have kids.
How
So
big
it was
was the
hectic.
fucking house?
It's probably about 4 bedroom if that, but there's an attic. So there's like a cellar if you've been naughty. Do you know what I mean? Which I
Spent a lot of time there, did you?
No,
Yeah.
I was loved because I was the first grandson, and my grandma loved me, so I was very spoiled as that part of it. But then obviously we separated and talked to our own houses.
Yeah.
So there's a big community. So on a Sunday or a Saturday, you'd have the women would get together and cook, and the house was always kind of open. So there's a really good vibe of community,
nice, yeah.
family, extended family, and it was always like an open door policy. So that's probably where the love of that restaurant setting came from not your service bit, but the cultural part of sitting together around a table. So me and Amanda, even though there's only two of us, I sit at the table every day when I'm at home with her, and we put a tiny little spread on of 6 or 7 dishes of small. It could be a bread roll, little kimchi, because I love that whole family style of eating when we grew up, and I've carried it on. I do it at work.
Yeah.
Because I think it's culturally, for me, it's that connection, community.
Do you make your own kimchi?
We do, yeah. We've got kimchi and sauerkraut, so we do both, which is incredible. But I have probably 250 grams a day, which I love. I love it. So the idea of that community around the table blew my mind, and I because I was brought up with it, I always had noise. And I love that noise of someone's laughing, someone's crying, someone's shouting, someone's pissed. And then as the oldest son, because my dad had 4 brothers, and they all had sons, but the thing was I was in the middle of the go-between from the women who would make the food, the men were in the front room, and they'd be drinking whiskey and whatever. And then with whiskey, you normally have these little kebabs, or you have some, not samosas, like my mum used to make a M-E-H, which is a noodle dish with mushrooms and scrambled egg and chili. So that's from Penang. So my grandma taught her that.
Yeah.
So we had this really weird cross-culture, loads of tamarind. So we grew up with this kind of weird, not true as in Punjabi, we had a cross-culture of little dishes from like Penang.
Fusion
like
cooking, I think they call it,
which I loved. And then I would serve that. So I was always going by the auntie, "Oi, Sat, come here. What's my husband like, your uncle Eric, whoever?" "Oh yeah, it's bullshit. Like, yeah, he's really good. Like, he's bladded, but they're all doing really well." So I'll take like the water, ice, whatever they wanted, but then take the food through. And then when they used to eat, they used to eat in there. So I was almost like the server, the waiter. But then I saw both sides. So I was fascinated. Like the one side's all the women, and like they are in a culture, like they're all slagging off the fellas. The other guy in the other room with all these men just absolutely having the time of their life.
Does that still carry on? I mean, obviously, you're 50 years down the line now, whatever, 40 years.
I don't think it does. You look at my sisters and my nieces and all that. They're very modern. They're very. It's it's a time thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a moment in time. That's how it was. Yeah.
But I was part of that, and I grew up with that, and I loved it, and I loved the whole noise. And then my second sister was getting married, and she was probably 21, whatever she was. I was probably 16, 17. And I got a job at the Oasthouse, which is across the road from Dad's shop.
And what was that?
It was this little pub owned by Premier Inns, or Greenwalls back then.
Yeah.
And I remember going for a job there as a commie chef. And I just left college. I went to this place called...
So were you doing... when you were at college?
2 years.
So that was the Sitting Gills that I referred to earlier. You got that.
And the beauty is, because I was at college, I could pretend I was working late at night. So I didn't have to go to the shop. So I had my freedom. Do you know what I mean? That was brilliant. But I set out to work, so I go cash carry. So I had the college full time, then I had work at home. So it was just depressing. And I knew that was coming up. But I fell in love with food because I walked in to the open day. So I didn't tell you this. I'll go back a bit. So I went open day.
Open day where? College?
At the college with my mate. He's more academic, so he was going to do like a A-levels or whatever degree. Not a degree yet, A-levels. And I just saw craft catering, and I thought Sitting Girls, and I saw B-Tech. And there was a lot of girls there, I'm not going to lie, around that area.
What makes you think they'd be interested in you?
Nothing. The fact that there was a lot of girls in the catering area. So I thought, catering, I've done that at school. Well, I actually don't mind being a chef. So once I got there was a B-Tech line and then a Sitting Girls line. So I joined the B-Tech line. And they goes, what results did you get from your, whatever it was back then? Is it GCSEs or CSEs?
It was O-levels when I was at school. I got one O-level, English language, grade B, because I'm fucking brilliant at telling stories.
I know
as
that.
well, you know.
I know that, yeah. And then ultimately, they said, the B-Tech said, you're not qualified enough academically because this is more of an academic course where it's management. They go to that one, which is more craft based. So there you go. And then I fell in love with there's a bakery, patisserie, there's cooking, butchering. They told me the whole kind of consensus, and I goes back to my mum and goes, listen, I want to join college, do catering. So back then it wasn't frowned upon, but it probably was frowned upon because they probably thought I was gay. Because they thought, why is he going to take up cooking? Because no one in the family ever had. So my older sister, man, she goes, Mum, just let him do it. He wants to do something, let him do it. So it was her support that got me to go to college, which was brilliant.
So, and that's where that sort of ignited your love for food?
Probably not, no.
No?
First, I loved what I was being taught because it was a totally foreign kitchens were foreign, the culture was different. It was all French, based on Scoffier, La Roux Gastronomie.
Oh, it was proper classical stuff.
Chief, it was cooking every day.
Oh, right.
It was next level. Going back 40 odd years, 38 years.
Yeah.
So you imagine each one of them all has 706-3. They're all like ex-army, all like disciplined, toques on, shiny shoes. Some of them were brilliant. You taught really well. Had a bit of fun with them. Some were strict.
Yeah.
But it was brilliant, and you were learning like skills and an heritage and history of like gastronomy from the French repertoire, and that blew my mind because it was beautiful because it was foreign and it was romantic.
I got no idea it was that sort of classically based.
Oh, it was absolutely classic based. We used to make lettuce soup straight out of Escoffier's repertoire, and I loved it. And we used to have 2 live kitchens, one on a Wednesday lunch, one on a Friday evening.
Yeah.
So they were live. So we were in the kitchen, all our sections, chef de partie, commis. It was brilliant. So that's my first taste of that. And at the same time I was working at a restaurant called I think it was Clarendon Hotel on Midland Road in Derby, which is opposite the train station. And I was doing nights, days, wherever I could, weekends. So I had the kind of real life experience as well as this experience. So I was at the Clarendon Hotel. I finished. I then got this job at the Host House where Amanda was the restaurant manager.
Oh, is that where you met?
Yes.
I didn't realise that.
So she was a restaurant manager, and she used to come to the shop to buy a 20 silk cut, or JPS lights, whatever they were back then. And I used to have long hair, a Prince tash.
Right, hang on, long hair, any fucking hair, the way I look. Any hair,
I had one hair,
which
is a tail, and I was not a rogue, but I was just like, smoked a spliff out the front door with the bouncers. I fucking loved it. But then I joined there, and I saw her a few times. Didn't know who she was then. We got to know each other. She'd come to the shop, and I'd be serving there. So it's like this wildest. I'm working there, I'm serving there.
Yeah.
And I remember coming in one day, and she looked like incredible. I goes, "It's fancy going for a drink?" She was not really. No, okay. And I was like, "Fucking hell!" Over time, because we're working together.
Every time you wore her down.
I wore her down.
Yeah.
She just had to say yes because she was just. She's like,
Jesus
Christ. It's like a bad smell. It's like a bad smell. So I'm now dating her, or we went out for a brilliant date where we just told each other's life story, which is where we connected. And we're very similar childhood, very similar upbringing. Dads were both cunts. We don't mind saying that, and they're both dead, which we don't mind saying that.
Okay, that's fine.
We're very happy that they're dead because we've got no problem with that.
Right.
And so we had this amazing connection. She left home at 16. She walked out the door. She got a flat.
Yeah.
Very strong, very independent woman, absolute boss. And I just
never have guessed.
No, you wouldn't have guessed. Well, you've got a problem with me, so you imagine what she's like. So we just kind of like had this starting of a blossoming of a friendship romance. And we had a brilliant time. And then it got to Christmas. I bought a card and I saw her. And then I have to go back.
Is that all you did? You bought her a fucking card? Did you buy her a present?
I did, but I can't remember
what was the present.
I don't know. Cheap, listen. What perfume? I don't know.
Shitty, cheap perfume out of boots.
I think it was either Poison or Lulu, actually.
Oh.
And that's another story. So anyway, so I did that. We kind of connected, didn't see each other for a bit. And then it was all kind of blurred because my sister was getting married. So there was a lot of stress at home. And then I remember one day, it was the day before the wedding, it's hilarious. So I'm sitting there and everyone's getting pissed. And I'm standing outside and I want to be with her. So I just thought, this, I'm going. So I went to see her at night.
Yeah.
And I didn't come back till like 4 a.m.
Nice.
And my dad shut the door. So I had nowhere to sleep. So I'm outside the window going, how the fuck am I going to get in? And I think my uncle threw me a blanket out or a duvet, and they opened the car so I could sleep in the car. So obviously my sister's not in best mood with me because obviously the black cloud, that's done a runner, whatever it is. Which I didn't care about by them. Obviously I wanted to make sure my sister was okay. She was getting married. So I was there for that. She got married. And then it's just me at home. And I thought, me and my youngest sister, Gulls. And then I thought, this is just shit. And then I went to see my cousins in Dartford, in Gravesend. Amanda went to this course in Warrington. So we were both sides of the country. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy some nice perfume and a flower or whatever. And I sent it up to her in this hotel.
You're such a smoothie,
I was about 17, 18 by now. And I thought, and my heart was pounding every time I thought, it's that feeling into it. It's that love, I loved it. Yeah. And then I got to a point where I get back home, I'm probably a bit depressed. I've had a great time with my cousins. going back to work, and then mum goes through my pockets like a typical fucking mum, and she finds a receipt. And because they're all, for me, it's always weird with mums, especially in our community. They're almost, it's not, I'm not going to say the horrible word of incestuous, but there is an incestuous behaviour where you're theirs.
Yes.
And I suppose that's most mums. I don't know. I've got no kids, so thank fuck I've got no
makes
kids.
two of us.
There's enough of them out there, trust me.
Yeah.
And I just remember...
Mind you, that said, I've now got 4 grandchildren.
I was making up
tell you
for
what,
it.
best fucking thing.
Well, at this age, yeah, of course it is.
Oh, it's amazing.
You can do things with them.
Changed my world in so many wonderful ways.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's great.
It's Amanda's the same with her niece.
Yeah.
She adores her.
Yeah.
She is like, takes her on holidays every year. She's got this brilliant connection with her. She's like 14.
Yeah.
So that's her maternal part. I'm not paternal. I've got a team of 21 staff. They're my kids, and I want to get rid of 21 of them.
Yeah.
Most days, but so anyway, so mum finds his receipt. She goes, "Oh, I never got any perfume." And that's us, Yeah. Well, where's my perfume? Oh, for fuck's sake! And then I remember, fucking, this is bullshit. And then I didn't know that the night porter used to go to the shop to get the newspapers in the morning. He goes, "Oh, Sat's done well, hasn't he? He's seen the manager." And then I get to the shop. Dad goes, "Oh, are you seen?" And I goes, "Well, yeah, I am." And then a few days later, it's kind of shit at home, and you're just trying to stay out of the way, and you go to work. And I remember going to work I think it was one morning, and my sister turns up with 2 black bin liners full of clothes. Said, "Mum wants you out."
Oh, really?
So I was like, yes, I'm free. So I felt relieved. Obviously, I'm lost. I've only lived at home.
Your mum didn't tell you that she wanted you to go. She basically just...
Told my sister. With all my clothes. Everything I owned in these 2 bags.
So what did that do to the relationship with your mum?
I thought, fuck them. I was free. I've broke. So I could have bottled and thought, I've got a future with my dad with his shops. But Rob, I would have been a massive cunt. Because I was spoiled. I had robbed the till.
You mean could have been?
You know what I mean? Because I was spoiled. I had the till. That was my fucking piggy bank. And I was angry, and I'd take money and I'd buy these New Balance and whatever it was. And I wasn't probably a good guy, I was upset, I was angry and all the rest of it as a youngster. But I had this fucking way out. But then I had to broach it with Amanda and say, "Oh, I've been kicked out. Can we move in?" Like, she's only met me 6 months. So, well, she don't want a relationship.
So what happened?
We both goes to her house, and we just sat there crying.
Yeah.
For about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we thought we could make a future, but not know where it's going to go. But there's a lot of growing up in the next few years that you've got to do, because you're a kid.
Yeah.
I'm 18, never left home, never went to college.
So at 18, that's when you and Amanda started living together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a few months older. I think she was 19. I think we're both 18. So probably in the spring.
Okay. So
of 88, something like that. 87.
So back to the sort of the cooking side of it, where at 18 you were what, still at the Clarendon?
I was at the Oast House.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got sacked.
Yeah.
Because I was shit, and Amanda was still working there. So then I'm at the house where we live, and then I got a bread round, because my dad used to have the shop, and then one of the Indian guys used to do a bread round. So he goes, "I'll give you £5 every morning if you work for me for 3 hours." But he used to get pissed, like a big Singh turban.
Yeah.
He was off his tits, chief, like fucking bladdered, driving, and he used to meet me. He never come to the house. He'd meet me at the first stop, which was his shop. So I had to run there at 5 o'clock, be there at 5, or he's not waiting. And then I'd start driving, because he couldn't drive, because he's that drunk.
Had you passed your test?
Yeah, I passed it at 17. I was the first time. I was lucky, I passed that at home. So I'm driving this van with this bladdered guy just lying there for 3 hours. But the most awkward thing is I had to go to my dad's shop, and we weren't talking, because he kicked me out. And I had to deliver bread.
So you said that your mum so it was your mum and your dad?
Oh, I'm out, aren't I? So they don't talk to you.
Right, got you.
So I thought,
but was it your mum's idea, was it dad's idea, or was it
I
both
think my mum. I think my dad told my mum that he hadn't the bottle to tell, so he would have told her, tell him to get out.
Right, got you.
You know what I mean? Who knows? I don't care anyway. The best thing they ever did. And so you're thinking like, I had to go to the shop, and I'd be like sheepish. How many loaves you want? Well, 4 brand, 16, whatever. And then you do it, take the other one, and just walk out. And then he give me £5 in cash and a loaf of bread. And I'd go home, man's there, we have toast, got £5. And then at the end of the week, we used to have like 50p, and we'd buy like a single cigarette, and we'll share it. But I love them times, because that's what makes you. isn't it?
So, sort of moving on from there then. So when did you get your first... what was the
Taste.
first time you were a head chef? Well, when was the first time you were a head chef?
So I was a head chef at 24. So I
Yeah.
went to... So what happened is I then lived with Amanda. I then thought, shit, I've got to get some shit together. I've got to start looking, caterer.
Yeah.
Masonic Hall in Nottingham.
Yeah.
I was looking for a commis chef.
Yeah.
I applied. I was commuting from Derby to Nottingham. Amanda's
Yeah.
in Derby. She then got let go. So then she then went to work for Shipston's Brewery.
Yeah.
That was Greenhall's.
Yeah.
And then she went to Byron's, which is a pub in Derby, in Nottingham. So we both moved to Nottingham. But I was travelling first, back and forth about 6 months. And we had the flat. And then I worked for this guy called Paul Hanley, and it's a Masonic Hall, which is fucking weird, as you know. And I just
Couldn't possibly.
never heard of it. Oh, of course you can't. Why's your nipple out?
Because you asked me to get it out.
And then we get this 2 years I'm there, and the guy then makes me the chef de party, Paul Hanley, and he was brutal. Like, you know, he's a lot of learning curves. You know, he was quite rude, sexist, racist, and all the shit like that. And I was like, you know, do I take this? Do I knock the cunt out, or do I just shut up? And by the culture of my nature was just shut up, put up. And then Mick, this guy walked in one day, Chief, about 6 weeks later. 6 weeks working to this place. He had this fucking beard, looked like a tramp. And it was Mick Murphy, because he's Irish. He's Mick Walton, really. Mick Murphy. And Mick Murphy. And I just looked up like that, and he's got these 10 cobs or baps, wherever you're from. That's what he had them all open. He's cutting them all open on this massive bench, because obviously it's like banquet catering. And he's got a massive frying pan on, that much oil. Sorry. That much oil. Crushed garlic. Just getting up to temperature. Cracking eggs in it. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, who's that? And he's like, that's me. That's a sous chef. He's like a pirate, right? Yeah. Like that. So he gets his eggs. Because who's up for an egg banjo?
Egg banjo.
This is brilliant. So I'm like, yeah, I'll have one. I'm starving. So you get these eggs fried, put into this fucking bat. You'll put ketchup in and you squash it. And then I was like, who is this? And I was fascinated by like this kind of character, larger than life. It wasn't larger than life. His character was larger than life. You know, he was quite... But he used to shuffle, and he said, I had this kind of like... As I got to know him, he always listened to music in his head. He had these tunes. He was from the Beatles era, Rolling Stones.
So he listened to music in his head?
Yeah, it's from the
Yeah,
60s.
I normally have voices in my fucking head, but you know what I mean.
But he was like he was classed as like a rock and roller, like from that era. He'd done classic training, worked with Swiss chefs, blah blah. I mean, he was Paul Hanley's best mate, so they've worked together in all places like that. So I just kind of fell in love with this guy. So anyway, this banjo, you ate it, and I was like, this is incredible. Like, fried in olive oil, like that's crazy. You know, I'm still new to all cooking, and he goes, yeah, it's called an egg banjo because when you eat it, the yolk drips down, and you're like and it's actually a thing. Egg banjo's a thing. I think it's from the army.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
I really did it.
Great,
and then I just fucking loved him. He was there 3 months, and I was asking, hey, Chief, where you been? He's just come back from Greece. And he was a big drinker, big smoker, lots of spliff. And he was talking stories like I loved listening to him. I could listen to him all day. Then he went to a place called Punchinello's, which was the first restaurant in Nottingham, which has been a theatre. I then followed him.
I remember that. Yeah.
I followed. I was at that hotel. I'll stay at that Masonic Hall for another year. He then goes, Sam, looking for a sous chef. Do you want to join me? I was fucking, yeah, I'm coming. So I came. So I was like, you know, and it was wild, you know, like, there was cowboy moves, but then there was also things that made so much sense.
Yeah.
So when you used to have a chauffeur on, you dip all your veg, you know, put a little bit of salt in, and you should cook everything to order, like carrots, rather than green beans. And that was like the kind of, that was the veg of the day, like, or side dishes. And you would cook some. And every time you need a bit of stock, you just get this little chauffeur on. It's like what they call them, little mesh baskets, and just drip it straight into the pan and put it back. Like the water was like veg stock in essence. So I'm like, fucking hell, that's amazing. Like crazy things like that. So he ignited this spark that is now the reason who I am.
God, yeah.
He blew my mind because he was talking about history, about food, about. I'd stay with him till 5 a.m. You know, I wasn't necessarily drinking or smoking, just
listening.
I was like, this guy's like this font of a bygone era, and by then I'm starting to read like Roux and Scoffy, and I started like, once he started talking about it, I was like, what? So I was like, how would you make this like? How would you do that back then? He's, we do that, and we do that, and then Roby and that, and we like, and I was like, what? So these things I've never heard of. It's like so alien, but so exciting at the same time. So he left. I then had to hold the fort, and it was a shit because I'm not a fucking head chef. I was 23, 24 years old. And then they had another chef come in, exec chef, that was from another hotel. He comes in, starts looking for the fridges. There's some meat that's off. He sacks me. So I'm again out of work. So it's like a bit of a pattern. And then in the meantime, there's another job come up called Jess's. Jesse Boots was the first chemist in Nottingham in Hockley. And it was called Jess's, a bit of a theme.
Yeah.
And it's funny because last week I was at Glen Eagles and Ben Wee was my manager. And I met him last week for the first time in like 10 years. So we had a right chat about it. And I was head chef 24. So by now I'm reading the caterer. Because at Masonic Hall, they used to have the caterer every month. And I was like, who the fuck's this? Nicola Dennis. Like, what is going on? Who are these? Like, what is that? Is that food? And I couldn't get my head down. That is food. And it was exotic and exciting and wild. Yeah. And then I get to a head chef's job. And I remember going to this shop. I was at Punchinello's. I walked in the second-hand shop, bookshop. And I saw White Heat. And fuck me.
Oh, yeah, Marco's
turned upside down. I was like, what? There was 4 books for sale. They were £4 each. So I bought all 4. I sold them for £12 each, and I kept one for me.
And you kept White Heat?
No, all the same copy.
Oh, right. Oh, there was 4 of the 4 copies
and
of White Heat.
I've still got the original at home. The original
have you?
It's got ripped back. It's fucking incredible. So I read it in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I couldn't get... reading them little stories.
Was that a big moment then, reading that book?
Blew my mind.
Thanks to Fresho for sponsoring this episode. Fresho provides order management and AI order entry software that fresh food suppliers love. From automating how you receive orders, to picking, pricing, delivering, invoicing, and payments, Fresho makes your business run better. And it's all backed with 24/7 support, so you get the help when you need it. To find out more, go to fresho.com.
Random situation. I met Marco last week for the first time.
Yeah.
Weird set of circumstances, because he's involved with frozen chips these days.
With Kaufman.
Yeah, that's right. So somebody gave me a call and said, look, if you're around, Marco's in here, we're doing some work with some chips. Okay, yeah, come and meet him. Lovely, great. Never met the guy before. Hit it off straight away. I'm talking to Marco, and in come through the other door was Pierre Kaufman.
Fucking love it.
So it's like I've got Marco on my left side. I've got Pierre on the right side, and I'm having a conversation with
incredible.
These 2 gods.
Yeah.
And I said, gentlemen, I can't tell you what a privilege it is. I said, but let's just not lose sight of what's going on here. I said, both of you are here because of frozen fucking chips. Is this what it has come to?
It's come to this, yeah.
But strong character. Fuck me, he's a strong character.
And they always say don't meet your heroes, and I'm probably, I wish I never met him.
Yeah.
Because I met him in Australia, we're doing some dinners out there, and everything for me was calculated, his words he uses, he's a bit of a philosopher. I love what he stood for, I love that he changed British cuisine, I love what he did, I think he's a genius, and I think his rock and roll attitude, fuck you attitude, changed the whole British scene of the culture of British chefs. Yeah. And I'm going to put it on his shoulders because he deserves it. And yes, he had brilliant mentors. He had Blanque, he had Kaufman and the Roux, and they've played their part to change British gastronomy. But the one that made it accessible to us working class boys was him, because he was this exotic French. Is he Italian? Is he English? What the fuck is he? Is he wild?
From Yorkshire, isn't he?
Yeah, but the thing, like Marco Pierre White.
Yeah.
So it's Marco Italian, Pierre French. It's exotic. It's almost like mythical. And then you start hearing stories and all that shit. So I saw this book, read it, blew my mind, and then I got this head chef job at Jess's.
Yep.
And then I thought, I've got to start.
Was Jess's in Nottingham?
Nottingham, yeah. So Jesse Boots chemist from Notts.
Yeah.
And it was a theme restaurant initially, but then we slowly changed into like a fusion. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was making leek and potato soup to order because I thought it was cool after reading Marco.
I quite like leek and potato soup, to be fair.
Well, we're not made to order on a Saturday night with 70 covers. What the fuck are you doing? And I was talking to Ben last week and we were pissed at us. I was like, what the fuck? He goes, Sam, I don't know what we're doing. I goes, yeah, I still don't know what we're doing.
No, some things never change. Yeah.
And then we, head chef there. As I was getting into that, I really, really got into food. And I was reading a lot obsessively about Le Roux. And then I saw this thing called the Roux Scholarship. And I got the application.
Yeah.
Filled it in. And then binned it.
Why?
I'm not ready. I'm nowhere ready. I knew my flaws. I'm shit.
How old were you when you binned it?
24, 25,
okay.
26.
Yeah.
And then in the meantime, the job came up for John Burton Race.
Okay.
And it was a chef de partie in the caterer.
Yeah.
So I applied and wrote on letter. beautiful CV. Well, CV shit, 1 page.
Yeah.
But the fact was, I wrote this down on proper paper, sent it, and then I got this. Me and Amanda both posted it together, so make sure I posted it.
Yeah, yeah.
Got this right stamping, weighed it, and I got a few weeks later. We got a letter that came back saying the guy that was leaving is not leaving anymore, so the job's gone. But what I always remember is that back then he was at Lauterland, and he had this beautiful paper. At the bottom there's a watercolour of John Burton Race in the middle of action, and I thought, what a con. Do you know what I mean? It didn't impress me. I thought, that was it. I thought this. So in the meantime, another job came up. It was Petit Blanc. Brand new opening in Oxford. Chef de parties look for. So I thought, you know what? I had the bug now. I've got to work for someone. I've got to see what it's all about. I've got to see what is it I'm missing? What is it I can't do this forever. What this that bit of chicken that I don't even know where it's from. It's come pre-packed. I cut the bag open. I don't even dry it. Don't marinate. Just put in a pan. I think I'm cooking. I'm not cooking anything. So I knew that the bug was getting stronger. I knew the fire was starting to burn, and I had to do something. So I thought, okay, I'm going to apply for this job. So me and Amanda got married. We took a loan out for, I think, a couple of grand to go to St. Lucia to get married. So everything was done abroad. No family, nothing. And then we came back and had a party. So when we got back on the Friday. The Friday was a party. I went on Sunday to Oxford and I moved down there.
Right.
And I thought, you know what, this is it. And again, you go to Petit Blanc, it's a brasserie. We're doing 120 hours a week. I lost 3 stone in 3 months. I was fucked. 20 hours a day, 22 hours a day, but you'd have 2-3 hours sleep. But we loved it. Yeah. Because you're part of this team.
Thrived on it. Yeah.
And it was brutal, but it was brilliant. And you're cooking like crepes or you're cooking this beautiful fish. And again, and Blanc would pop in as like a little whirlwind. And oh my God, he's there. And he would come in and you'd always make sure you clean your section because he comes and checks. And it was fucking incredible. And then one of the chefs left. He went after 6 months. He went to go to L'escargot. Yeah. So I thought I've got to go to London because that's going to be where it's all at. And obviously Rambo was big. Yeah. He's got aubergine. It's the hardest kitchen in the world. He's fucking serving this food. We're seeing bits on the caterer, seeing bits on documentaries. Ramsay's kicked someone out of the restaurant, and we're just like, this is wild out. This is the Wild West out there of the highest level. So I goes to L'escargot with the head chef, and I'm upstairs at the Picasso room. And
I didn't realise you worked in London.
Only 3 months.
Okay.
Because we had a mortgage by now, so we couldn't afford it. So I did 9 months away. And when I left, I was on 12 grand a year. When I came back, after 9 months, I got a job at 24. Right. And I was fuming because all I'd done is 9 months away and I had worked for 2 half-decent restaurants. Yeah. And I decided I'm never going to work for a chef again because I hated the idea on the back of their credit, I can double my salary. Yeah. So I thought it's all bullshit.
Interesting, yeah.
From there, I then came back to work at the Martin's Arms, which is a pub in Colston Bassett. Yeah. Then I went to work in an art gallery in Ashbourne, and then I did fill in the form because the cut-off point was 28 and I was 27. Yeah. So I thought, if I don't do the Roux Scholarship now...
I didn't realise. Is that age thing still in place?
30.
He's 30 now? Yeah. Okay.
So I thought, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. But now I've had a bit more experience on them about, and Martin's Arms was brilliant. It was a pub. I loved it. We were doing 150 covers on a Sunday, about 90 on a Saturday. It was brutal. So then I went from there to an art gallery, 18 covers. Art gallery, coffee shop in the
Peak
day.
District somewhere,
yeah, Ashbourne.
Ashbourne, that's it. Yeah.
So art gallery downstairs, coffee shop upstairs in the day. 5:30, we had to turn it round into a high-end restaurant. Yeah. It was hilarious.
Amazing.
So I was cooking like on my own. We had one chef with me and we used the pots. And you can do like 17 or 18 covers max. And it was like, at night time, we had the lighting on. And the beauty is, if you think about this, the artwork would change every 2 months. So it's like you've got a brand new restaurant.
It's an art gallery, yeah, of course.
And it was brilliant. Yeah. And I had a little wine wall. And we had our first Michelin inspection then. And I still remember the conversation. He goes, yeah, how long have you been here? I go, blah, blah. And he goes, I really like that wine wall. And we just had a chat. And because I've obviously then now come from L'escargot and London, you're now, because it was in the local press and all that, like the chef comes from. And I still using that as like leverage to say that you're this. I was still shit. I was still. But the thing was, there was a place out there in Utah. Where was it? Oh, it had a 1-star restaurant with rooms. So I started there as head chef of this gallery. So I rang this guy who was like 10 minutes away. He goes, "Hi, my name's Sat Bains. I'd really like to come and do my days off with you." And he goes, "Fuck off." Because he thought I was probably competition. Yeah. But I thought I want to learn. I just want to learn with these guys. I want to learn. I could work my day off in a 1-star in Ashbourne. It's not on the doorstep. So he said no. So I thought, fuck this. And then the restaurant. So I signed up for the Roux Scholarship, and I just had this feeling because it was the last time I could enter.
Yeah.
I remember signing it, and remember I goes to the boss, Rob. I can't remember his name now. Fucking hell.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah. I goes, I want to win this, and he goes, yeah, I know, and that's all he ever said. And then a few weeks later, he says, can we come around the house? I said, yeah, he's come around. He's closing the restaurant because not making any money. We're losing money. We're going to sell up.
Right.
So again, I'm out of fucking work. It's
And
like
this
a
is
pattern.
so the restaurant is closing before you've done the actual
I
scholarship.
just sent the application through.
Right.
Got through to the regional. The
Yeah.
restaurant closes.
Fuck.
So I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, now what? So I go to regional, and it was tuna was a dish. You're not allowed to say a bit rare. Spinach, parsnips, red wine sauce. So it's like a classic sauce. So I practiced it. Went to my college, Wilmore in Derby. Practiced it there with the lecturer. They timed it full on.
Yeah.
Again, it was pretty shit. Got a bollock for not washing the veg. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking stupid twat. So again, learning curve's brilliant. And then I go there, regional, do this. And Rick Stein was a guest judge that year.
Oh, right, yeah.
So brilliant,
Nice guy.
Brilliant. Do it, and I just kept smelling soy, sesame. Everyone's gone Japanese or Chinese or Thai, whatever. I was making the sauce, and Albert walks past, and I've got this massive roasting tin on with chicken wings, caramelising them. Because I need it on. It takes 2 hours, sauce does. Got 2.5 hours. And I've got the sourcing at the time, get the blah, 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 get the stock. And he goes, what are you making? A red wine sauce, chef? And he's like, oh, okay. So I was checking the pan. I had to glaze it. So I'm in this zone. The beautiful tuna was rolled in sep powder. And I roasted in duck fat. So you had this crust on it. And then when you carve it, it's nice and medium rare. And I remember Rick Stein walking past with a cameraman, and he goes, oh, come a picture. I go, I'm sorry, I'm in the shit. I need to move. And Rick says he always remembers that because he goes, you're the only one that was so in the zone. Everyone goes, yeah, we've got loads. I was like, you just said, I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, fuck off.
I
I'm
need
busy.
to fucking do this dish, right? And then I got through.
Right.
And I'm like, what the
So at this
fuck?
point, so now you've got to the
work.
final.
No work, out of work.
So out of work, but you're in the final of the Roux
I'm in the final
Scholarship.
scholarship. Imposter syndrome, extraordinaire. I then have to go to London, 4 Seasons, which is where we're going.
Yes.
And that's why I chose it. I didn't tell you that.
Oh, right. No, I didn't realise
it's
there was
full
an emotional
circle, you see.
connection to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
4 Seasons Hotel, and as I'm in the taxi, I've got my knives and my shit like that. And I see this sign from FHP, remember that magazine? FHM, is it? For Him magazine.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it said, this year's Pisces man's year. And it's me, Pisces. So I'm looking at that, and all my hair stands up. So I'm like, phew, okay, calm
It's
down.
written in the stars.
Whatever, bullshit, yeah. So I get there, and it's like fucking Adam Simmons,
Oh, was Adam
Steve
doing it that
Drake,
year?
someone at the fucking aubergine.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm in the shit. You know, where were you? And I just lost my job. all right. And the dish was rack of lamb, French style, sauce Chiron, which is béarnaise sauce with tomatoes and mint, whatever. And then a classic pomzana with a little artichoke filling in the middle, and a freestyle dish of aubergine. But that night, I thought I'd better read up on 2 things I'm really nervous about. One was skate, one was artichokes.
Okay.
So I've never prepped them.
Globe artichokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm watching this guy over there, and I see him put lemon in the water, so I do the same. Then I see him pinning off the things. I'm like, okay. Then I'm looking, then I put it in the water, and then it's going black. So you've got to chop it anyway to put it as a layer. So I thought, I know what, just make sure you make your pommes just make sure whatever you do, season it really well, because there's only going to be a small section they're going to taste. They're not eating the whole dish. So I'm laying the pomana, blah 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 in the copper pans. I'm making and I cook the fucking meat, and I make sure it's perfect, and I rest it. And I see one guy like Steve Drake, and he just slices he's doing cannon of lamb, and in my head I goes, fuck, is that French trim now? Because he's coming from wherever he's from, a starred restaurant. So have I fucked up? But I could have swore it says French trim rack of lamb.
Yeah.
So I know what that is. You chine it, and then you take this. So I had to
So you stuck with
stick to what you've done. So I was doubting it. And then it gets through to the final. You go through to putting your dish out on silver salvers, and you will serve it to blah blah for 6 people, and then you carve it. So I carve the meat. I was like, it's fucking perfect. And I season it each side, lay it out, and then we go. And then after the judges are gone, you're allowed to go into the rooms. I looked at my eyes, a fucking like a dog ate it. I go, scruffy cons. And then I didn't know this. Amanda Afia was standing there. And she's been fucking there all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, what's up? Because I didn't know how to eat. And she goes, doesn't it tell you anything? I said, no, and I walked off. So then anyway, Amanda joins me.
Who were the judges that year then?
Gary Rhodes.
Yeah.
All the legends back then. David Nichols.
Yeah.
It was the Roux, all four of them.
Yes.
So, fucking powerhouses.
Yeah.
And I remember going into the bar, just felt deflated. And I thought, fuck me.
So you didn't, at that point, you didn't believe you'd
no,
done
because
enough
I've seen
to
there was
get it.
Adam Pickett. He was in there.
Yeah.
The weapons, these are guys that worked in London. I had fuck all. I'm out of work. I'm a guy from fucking Derby. Blagged it. I mean,
So at that point, because it's obviously, you're talking about a very different character, what you were then to what you are now. So at that moment in time, you didn't feel as though you'd done enough to win.
I think I didn't know if I did enough, but I saw the calibre as better than me. So I thought,
You thought they were better?
because of their calibre, of where they've worked.
Right, just because of where
I was
they
an
come
underdog.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To me, I'm
okay.
an underdog, so
Yeah.
there's no way I'm going to win this. But I knew my dish was okay as a lamb.
Yeah.
But the sauce was shit. I thought I could have done better. So you're obviously going to start critiquing. See, Amanda, my old friend, one of my best friends, Peter Mills, who's passed now, unfortunately, he was there. And then the two owners from the gallery came.
Oh, nice.
So there are four of them. And I saw Amanda, give her a hug. She went for lunch or something. And then Mosselman went around the room. And I think I was as a legend. I'm like, fucking, he comes and goes, listen, chef, getting this far is a win. So congratulations.
Yeah,
And I was,
fair
thank you,
comment,
chef. Really appreciate it. So that was it. Sitting there, then, okay, everyone, we have to all sit at the front. And we have to wear tall hats, which we've not worn. So obviously it's for the
I
photography.
bet you look a right twat in one of
I
those.
did look like a good one. And then we ultimately sit there and they call out, there's only two then, a runner-up and a winner.
Okay, so they do call a runner-up then?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then they shouted the runner-up, which was Alan Pickett. I thought Adam Simmons has won. So I thought, okay. And then I just bent my head down and I just said, say my name, say my name, say my name, say my name. As you do. Like, this is my last chance saloon, innit? And he said my name.
Fabulous.
So I got my hat, threw it. Michelle grabbed it, because I'm going to save that.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it's history. Like Amanda, you can hear it there's a video somewhere, and you can hear Amanda scream, ah! Do you know what I mean? So that moment was the pinnacle of our life changing for the rest of our life.
So how did that change your life then? Obviously, confidence, I'm guessing. It's like, I can do this.
I think what you remember, Rob, I've always been... See, the character I was then, I haven't really changed my mindset. I've just stopped taking loads of shit. So the confidence that you might see or I portray is very honest, because I'm very authentic, because I'm very genuine. What I don't want to do is fake, because life's too short to be fake. If I see you and I think you're a twat, I think you're a twat, but you know what? You're okay as a twat. But I'm not going to fluff you, because life is too short.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I've probably learned all my life, is like, you got to get it, you got to get it, you got to get it, you can't wait, you got to get it. So that's the driver, the fire that I can't put out.
Yeah.
So knowing that now I'm the Roux Scholar, knowing the past scholars, Andrew Fairley,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. Interview after interview, job after job offer, and phones. So I thought my stage was going to be at Michel Bras, because that's where I fell in love with that whole style of seasonal. He closes 6 months of the year. It's all in the mountains.
Yeah.
This guy's he's unique. He's unique. I can do all the I can see all the other things anywhere else, all classical repertoire French cuisine. But he's gone on his own. He's gone on his own way. And I thought, I've got to go to Michel Bras. Michel Bras was 2 stars. But that year he got 3 stars. Again, the fate. It's in the stars.
Yeah.
He said no, because he's just won his 3rd star. He doesn't want to take any stages on this year.
Okay.
So I was at a point. I said to Amanda in the kitchen in our house, because I'm going to return the Roux Scholarship back, because this is bullshit. I was that angry.
Well, on the basis that if you won the Roux Scholarship,
you can go to any 3-star in
could go
France.
anywhere.
Any 3-star in France.
Yeah.
And now I can't go to the
And now
one.
you can't.
That was the reason I did the scholarship.
Yeah.
Number 1, it was my final year. Number 2, I've got to work at Michel Bras.
Yeah.
I didn't go. So I had to pick myself up, and I remember reading this magazine called Waitrose Food Illustrated.
Yeah.
I've still got a copy. And there was a 6-page article on a place called Le Jardin des Sons. And it says, Laurent Pourcel, 5 years at Michel Bras. So I thought, fucking hell, this has got to be it.
So what, you started thinking, it's
I can't
gonna
go
be
there.
similar. You can't go there.
I've got to go
This
to the
might-
closest thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I looked at Le Jardin, and it was everyone was in pristine white. So the south of France, the sun was out. It was food was on glass plates. It was fucking beautiful. And I just thought, I'm going to stay there, and they took me on.
Just over to, did you go? Did you go back and query the thing with
No,
Michel
because
Bras? Or was it not worth?
no,
rocking about?
I think I did to Alison G, who's one of the organisers. I goes, but we can go. He said no. So if the chef doesn't want to take you on, you can't go, can you?
No, that's true.
And that's
But
the
that's-
problem. But I mean, no matter how many contacts Michelle had, but the bond me and Michelle had was incredible. You know, Michelle Senior, because we just clicked. And yeah, he's mischievous. He's got that glint in his eye. He did have any,
Yeah.
and I miss him, you know, because he was the Roux Scholarship with Albert. You know, the sons are now doing a brilliant job, and I'm part of the judging, which is very humbling, and all the rest of it. But there was a connection there that I miss. But we were.
So you've gone from imposter syndrome to going to the Roux Scholarship, not thinking you got a cat and owl's chance of doing it and winning it, and now you're back there judging it.
But
That's
it's like
big.
it's like
That's
White Heat.
fucking big, that
But
is.
what about White Heat? 20 years anniversary issue. They asked me to put a quote in.
Really?
Yeah, how mad's that? So there are moments in life that you've got to pinch
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Now I'm judging, I'm pinching myself. Like, fucking
Yeah.
hell, am I still giving it enough time and effort? Am I giving it all the support I can? Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Because it's so important to me. It's a big day in my diary. I'll take the time and effort to give my time and give my skill set as a chef, owner, a head chef, a proprietor, a businessman into the judging, because I think I'm looking at it as if they're one of my guys in the kitchen. That's how much it means to me, because it's a legacy. Until I can't do it anymore, that I will do it. If they say to me, "Sat, we've got someone," that's fine. But you know, I've still done it.
Okay.
It's something that.
Let's talk about Restaurant Sat Bains.
Yes, it's just been this incredible journey of the best days of my life, of ups and downs, roller coaster, fear, survival, aggression in business, discipline, consistency, motivation, dreaming, aspirational. Everything you can imagine is in that little box called Restaurant Sat Bains. And everyone feels it. Everyone feels that fire when they walk in, because it's true, it's honest, it's genuine. I can't deny it.
Let's go back to 2021.
Yes.
I get a phone call from you. Now, you
Is
might
this where
not-
we're supposed to cry?
No, you can do what the fuck you like. I'm just telling it like it is.
Go on.
I get a phone call from you, and you're. I
In
don't know
hospital.
how much of this you can remember.
Yeah, I think I was on morphine, but probably
because you were drugged off your tits at the time. I get this phone call from you saying, "I'm in hospital. I've had a heart attack," and of course, I'm just thinking, "You're fucking winding me up." And eventually, I work out this is true, and it's like I go from being very jovial to like, "Fuck, this is for real." But what that did, it changed our relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because after that, for I don't know how many months, I phoned you every fucking Friday at about midday, because you were always going to the hospital, I think, on the Friday morning. And our conversations that went from just ripping the shit and the piss out of each other went to very deep, meaningful, philosophical conversations.
I think I went through that stage.
Yeah, and it
And I
was,
think
to
it's
be honest,
beautiful.
it was great.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. And then at a moment in time, those sort of conversations were no longer required. And if you like, the life returned to normal,
semi-normal,
or the next version of normal.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, do you remember those conversations? Because I tell you what, I cherish those memories. I really do, because you've gone from talking to basically the fucking village idiot who's taking the piss out of me all the time to then we're talking about the meaning of life. It was great.
I think the whole journey that we've been on is beautiful, because the thing I've come to terms with this time is the biggest gift you can give anyone. Hence, I'm here.
Yeah.
I can always make sure I'm busy. I can always fucking lie to you. But I remember them times, and I remember how supportive you were and how brilliant we used to get on and how we used to talk. So that has earned time to me. So I've got to give you time. Does that make sense?
That's lovely.
Because that's my biggest gift. So when I go to see Claire, she's opened a new restaurant. Me being there and Amanda being
Claire
there.
Smith is
Claire Smith just opened a new restaurant.
Yeah.
Us being there is respectfully giving her the most biggest gift. Yes, we bought her a little tiny gift. It's all bullshit. us being there to support it is the biggest gift, because we're not going to have this forever.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's make
Very
sure
true.
each bit of time has to be very precious.
That's it.
And we have to give each other the right amount of time for each other, personal, partners, friends, team, because it's the biggest gift. And when you realise it's no longer about money, success is not about houses,
Yeah.
shares, stocks, wealth.
Yeah, what you
wine.
drive, yeah.
It's all bollocks.
Yeah.
All we have left in this world, I believe, is time. And how you're going to spend that time, I think, dictates your path. Not to anything righteous, but did you correctly give enough time? And I think it's beautiful. Because say someone told me this story, I think it was Tom Kerridge actually, and he heard it from someone, If you live to an average age of 70, each decade is a day in the week. We're ready on Friday afternoon. All we've got left is the weekend,
Yeah.
Rob. And when you're looking at that, we've only got the weekend left.
Yeah.
That puts everything into perspective, doesn't it?
That's a very good way of putting it.
Yeah, it's scary, but it's true.
What drives you now to what drove you 20 years ago, 15 years ago?
I think fear is a good driver.
Yeah.
I'm fearful of business and making sure that we can pay the staff and they've got enough customers each week, because that's real,
Yeah.
it's tangible,
Yeah.
and it's a good metric to measure. We need X amount of covers a week to make sure that we make a turnover, that we can make sure we pay the staff and make sure we keep evolving.
Yeah.
I like evolution. I want to keep pushing. I want to keep pushing the culinary boundaries of not being the most exciting chef, but just being solid. And I want the
I think
team.
you're doing yourself down by saying solid.
But consistent. Things
Well,
that you measure yourself on.
Yeah.
Are you consistent? Are you giving your team enough time of your time? Are you teaching them correctly? Are you just blasé? Do you know all the names? Do you fucking know them? Yeah, I do. I know every single one of them, and I know their character. I know what makes them tick, because I'm invested. Because if you're coming to us, you're going to spend 2 to 3 years. I want them 2 to 3 years to be hard because you've pushed yourself, hard because I've pushed you, but you've come out a totally different person. Not necessarily hard in a bad way, but I've learned that from when I was young. Hard doesn't kill you.
No.
It makes you tough. Because the world out there, they don't give a fuck.
No, I mean, we haven't got much in common, but one thing we do have in common is that neither of us are parents.
No.
But I do, so I view how people parent in a particular way, because I don't have that emotional shit
connection.
that goes with it. And I see generally way too much soft parenting going on.
It's all
'cause
gone
it's
too
a
woke,
fucking nasty
fucked.
world out there. The money does not come out the sky. And I think I've said this before. Most people say, "What do you want to give the kids?" Or give them a great education. Fuck off. Give them a
good work
ethic.
ethic.
That's
Exactly
it.
what
Because
it
you'll
is.
never starve.
Yeah.
Then you'll never starve.
Amanda's the same. She started working at 16. The beauty is we both run that place like a family restaurant. So they're our family. We are treating them as if they're our kids, not in a paternal, maternal weird way.
Be
Discipline.
careful with them. Yeah.
Discipline. We've told you to do that. You've not done that. Why? We'll give them one allowance, but I've just told you to do that. Why you done it? Not good enough. Why? You're shaping their future.
Yeah.
But I'll stop
Absolutely.
now with them. They're fucked.
Correct.
So I've got to make them hard and tough, a layer of skin on them. So when they go the next place, they go, fucking hell, Sal, you produce some solid people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Because we treat them with the utmost respect. We give them everything they need to perform. Amanda gives them discipline. She gives them structure. She gives them, we're going to do this. These are your holidays. This is your pension. This is what you're going to earn. And then you're going to get this. And then you're going to get these days off. And you're going to get this much holiday pay. And it's just beautiful to watch because it's all in black and white.
Yeah.
There's none of this hidden stuff. Well, I don't know. I've just done an extra hour. Do I get paid? Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
But there's not any doubt.
No.
So
very
if
clear.
you look at the 4-day week operation, we've killed any measure of doubt. So there's, I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, you do. You're coming in on Wednesday because we're open. I know chefs, listen, don't lie, they do a 4-day week. But they've got chefs coming in Monday, Tuesday. So they're telling everyone, we do 4 days. No, you don't. You don't.
No, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, it's very simple. Changing tack slightly, you've obviously been around a bit eating all over the world.
Yeah.
What restaurant, you got one chance at this, which restaurant anywhere in the world would you go back to and why?
So I thought about this and it kind of came out almost like with everything we spoke about, it all would make sense. So I went to El Bulli in 1999 when I was at Le Jardin and Sons. I met this young man the second day I started. I knew he wasn't French, but I didn't know who he was. He had a glint in his eye, probably 22. I was 27, 28. And I saw him the next day and I said, hey, how you doing? He goes, yeah, good, thanks. He was Rene from Noma.
Oh, right.
So
Good God.
I know, so he wasn't Rene from Noma, he was Rene from Denmark.
He was Rene,
From Pierre-André, which was a 1-star in Denmark. And he loved French food, loved gastronomy. We used to read the Table de Monde, and we were obsessed. And we caught like a house on fire. We worked together for 3 months. So he told me about this restaurant. He goes, oh, you know what? There's a place in Spain. He's doing like marrowbone with caviar. It's fucking incredible. He's doing something unique. So I was, where is it? Because I don't know, but I'm going on one Saturday. I'm going to ask the chef in Bookers, do you want to come? I was, yeah, of course I do. And it was El Bulli.
Right.
So we went on a Saturday after about 2 months of working together. We got the Saturday off. We got a train to Figueras, where the Salvador Dali Museum is. So we went there. So your whole brain's already twisted. We find a B&B for like 10 quid because it's end of season.
Yeah.
We get a taxi to Cala Montjoy, which is the area where El Bulli is. Coastal line, shit yourself on the edge of the curb and all that shit. You get there and you're like, what the fuck? And it's like all terracotta, quiet, it's dead. Go outside, it's all terracotta, and it's like you go in, it's like all old-fashioned Spanish kind of place. Terracotta tiles, and it's all old-fashioned. So we're like, is this it? He goes, yeah, there's like 2-4 tables in. It's obviously in Spain, everyone eats late. It's probably 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we're like sitting there, and we're just like, the first dish comes, like, fucking hell, what was that? Like, that's wild. Typical server, penguin suit, nothing major. Then we got this raviolo of squid with coconut juice. I said, oh, make sure you eat this in one go because it's going to explode. So we ate it, and it's like this warm coconut juice came out. I'm like, what the fuck was that? The raviolo's made out of the squid skin, like the squid flesh.
Oh, right. Clever.
So we're blown away, right? So then I remember going to the toilet, and I looked left like that, and there's like a window, and then a pass, and you look at that, and it's like it's like that glass, but right next up to it is a mountain face. So you're looking outside into this rock face, and then you look in. It's all the passes, all the line cooks are like that, and there's a massive pass like that, a wooden one with a big bull's head in the middle.
Right.
So I'm like, what the hell's that?
Oh, Bulli.
And I was like, so I went to the toilet, came out, and it's like a spaceship. Everyone's like, shh. So I goes, right, you need to get a toilet, look on the left, right, fucking blow your mind. He goes like, what the hell? I goes, I don't know. And then we saw this guy kept popping his head out, popping in. We go to the waiter, who's that? He goes, oh, that's Ferran. I goes, oh, who's that? He's the head chef. He goes, oh, and then René goes, we want some foie gras. I said, I don't know where we've got the balls for this. And he goes, sorry. He goes, yeah, we want some off the cuff. Can we like roast foie gras dish? We really love foie gras. So I don't know where it came from. And then anyway, this roasted foie gras dish came out with fig ice cream and caramel sauce, and we thought, this is the best foie gras I've ever tasted. So as the meal goes on, we are more and more and more just shriveling into these guys that know absolutely nothing about food. It's like, what the hell have we just experienced? This is the wildest, craziest food I've ever experienced. I don't know what it is. My mouth is dancing. The concepts no longer know what anything is.
Is it eating or is it tasting?
I think it was an experience of gastronomy of the highest level to some two very impressionable young chefs that had only had a classical background.
Yeah.
So it's like you're in black and white. Imagine seeing colour for the first time.
Yeah.
It just blow your mind, won't it?
Okay, simple as that. Yeah, good analogy. Yeah.
So that's what happened, and then I remember eating, and then we goes, can we look in the kitchen? And Albert was there. I mean, it showed us around, and there's an American chef from Daniel Boulou, sous chef. And he goes, oh, and it's clean. He goes, yeah, it's fucking brilliant. It's hard. It's really hard. Doing like 18 hours, 20 hours a day, blah, blah, blah. And there's 40 of them in there, something stupid like that. And then René goes, oh, how'd you get a job in? I want to do a stage. And then they go, you have to send a fax. So then we find out they get 2,000 fax a year.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because they're only open for 6 months.
Yeah.
And you can only do 3 months to 6 months. So out of them 2,000, they sift to 20 or 30 of all the top chefs in all the top kitchens in the world. So you imagine every season, they're getting the best chefs in the world.
Fantastic.
It's genius move.
Yeah, clever.
And then René did 6 months.
So, if you go back there, which of course you can't now because it's closed, who would it be with and why?
René. Absolutely, yeah.
But you've been there with him once.
Because who we are now.
Yeah. Oh, so basically going back
as who we are now,
we say,
as well-seasoned chefs, travel the world. and also recreate something that we were so naive and so impressionable. My first ever 3-star kitchen I worked in the south of France there. I met him. Young chef, a whole world ahead of him. Like me, I started my new job at... See, I already secured a job at Hotel de Clos when I went. So you imagine 2 chefs obsessed talking about French food, working in a 3-star French restaurant, obsessed about, 100 kilo seps came in one day. Like that. Each one like that. Like, already clean. The guy already cleaned them, the stalks. But I've never seen it since. That was normal to them.
Yeah.
Crayfish as long as your arm, and I've never seen anything like it. So we're in our world of gastronomy, of overwhelmed as an impression. Then that almost changes your life. It sets you up to be your aspirations change.
Yeah,
and then you go to our bully, and the aspirations change again.
Yeah,
but the way that we were 2 skint guys.
Yeah.
Sitting in a 3-star restaurant in Al Bulli in 1999 before it became before famous, as a moment in time. So you go back now, even though it's no longer there, we've all changed. René's at the forefront of his cuisine, one of the best in the world. He's changed the world with his foraging and his localised cuisine, we know that. But you just imagine that conversation now would be just totally different.
Yeah. Do you go foraging?
No. Leave it to foragers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. Not a bad idea. Yours is a restaurant with rooms.
It is, yeah.
How important are the rooms to the overall profitability in the business model?
I think it's crucial because obviously to service a room doesn't cost a lot. It does to ultimately get it up to standard.
Yeah, a lot of capital expenditure at the front end, but then not a lot of money to turn.
And also you can play around with packages. We do a triptych package, which is a part of 3, so dinner, bed and breakfast. And we make sure that the room is reduced. The food and the food and the breakfast still get the money. Yeah. But you can play around with the room. And that gets people in because once you've got 7 bedrooms, you've almost guaranteed 14 covers.
Yes.
And we haven't talked about business yet. You know how hard it is at the moment. The industry's on its arse. Top end. Yeah. Never seen it struggle like this before. Yeah. But in business, what I've learnt, you've got to adapt. When I did some research, and I told you this before, what is it everyone else is doing and everyone else is not? When I looked at 2-star restaurants, which is we're in that bracket. Yeah. What is everyone offering? Well, everyone's offering a tasting menu or several tasting menus. But the marketplace is all dried up. People aren't going out as much and they're being a bit more cautious with the money and obviously with his budget. I understand why. But hang on. If you can't go to a 2-star for an a la carte, where are the ones that have got an a la carte outside of London? Yeah. So it was Hand and Flowers, obviously, as a pub, it did a la carte. At the time, I think Le Manoir did it. And then it was Andrew Fairley's. In Glen Eagles.
Not many, is it? All spread
so
around.
I thought, what would be nice, I'm going to start the a la carte in April last year.
Yeah.
Best thing I ever did. So now we get a different demographic, a new person, a younger crowd, an older crowd. Yeah. Because you're not there for 5 hours, you're there for 1.5 to 2 hours. Yeah. Price point's less, £145, £149. Yeah. You can come and try it out. So your entrance level now is less instead of the 250.
So somebody that might come in and go down the a la carte route might then come back at some point in the future.
Your entry level's changed.
And do a
become a regular,
yeah.
I like a la carte now, the age I am.
I do.
I love a choice.
Yeah.
I love a little, if I want an extra course from the starters, can you make that half portion? Which I'm going to eat everything today because you're paying, you fucker. Everything's a full portion. But the point is, this is where I think the business bit, so what the lifespan of RSB is 26 years. The people I've had along the way have helped design my mentality and business minded because I never went to school to do business. I don't know it, but I know how £1 has to equal X to make a profit to make you in a business. You want to stay in a business.
Yeah, the fundamentals ain't difficult.
So you've got to work out if things have all changed around you, but you're still offering the same thing. You've got to change.
Yeah, correct.
And I think that's where I've learned to adapt quickly. Because we've got no one like a board of investors or whatever. We can make a decision very quickly. It's me and Amanda. Yeah. Amanda.
If you think it's a good idea today, you can make it happen tomorrow.
And also, let's try it. My biggest fear, and I hear this all the time, is that won't work. You've got a magic ball. Let's try it. If it don't work, at least we tried it.
The biggest sin is not trying.
Yeah, and I'm a massive advocate of trying things if you want. We've now introduced the kitchen table and the chef's table have an a la carte menu. Early sitting, second sitting is a tasting menu, so you get double whammies on them.
Oh, right. So when I was over your place a few months back, in the kitchen, so first one is a la carte in the
evening, 5 o'clock, And then the 7:30 is tasting menu.
Oh, so they actually start serving at
We start
5?
at 5 because after COVID,
Fucking hell.
everybody wanted to eat earlier. Because we're in the sticks and Nottingham,
Yeah.
we're still getting tables at 5:30. So back home for 8. It's the best dream
Fantastic.
scenario when back in the day. And also, you got to think as well,
Yeah.
with all the hours and the national insurance, obviously, we're reducing the time the team are there.
Yeah.
So kitchen's gone from 58 down to 52 hours. And I will get it down to 48 in the next 6 months. I will. Front to back's on 40. They work the hours and we work it out. That's what we need for that many covers each day. So you've got to run your business according to... So when national insurance goes up, if we can reduce our hours by 2 or 4 per person per week, there's your national insurance increase. You haven't affected
You're
yet.
taking care of it, yeah.
And that's how you've got to adapt.
Yeah.
You know, tweaking the menu. Like, you know, what I also learned was everyone's doing the same. You know, I think most restaurateurs and chefs are sheep. They just follow. There's very few leaders out there. I'm not classing myself a leader, but I do question
You're doing your own thing, yeah.
why people do things. So now I look at menus and everything's saying 12 courses, 7 courses, 9 courses. Back in the day, it was menu degustation, menu surprise, menu gourmand. You didn't know how many courses you're getting.
Correct.
So why not go back to that?
Yeah.
Not because you're trying to hide anything, but because someone put 15 course or 28 course, it's now become a thing. Just balance it yourself. Like if you think the turbot's not brilliant today, I can take it off but give you something else instead, or give you a bigger portion of the main course. You're playing around with the little anomalies that you don't know until you're there.
Yeah.
And again, trying to get the best, going full circle to your job, trying to get the best ingredients is the obsession, and not fucking it up is the
Absolutely.
desire.
That's the mantra. Don't fuck it up.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're dead right. You're dead
Otherwise, you've sacrificed that beautiful teal, carrot, beautiful pigeon, whatever it is, that turbot. You've sacrificed its life because you've messed it up in the pan,
for
or
what?
And it's not worth it.
Yeah. Well, this has, as I said at the front end, it's been a pleasure and an experience.
Thank you very much.
I thought I knew you. And we haven't known each other for 25 years, whatever it is, but I've learned a lot about you today that I didn't know anything about.
Thank you for the chat.
I still think you're a fucking twat.
I know that. I don't mind.
But
that.
you're a very entertaining twat, no question about it. So, Sat Bains, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Rob.
Appreciate
Pleasure.
it.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks for listening to Supplied. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and follow Supplied Podcast on Instagram, where we'd love to get your questions and suggestions for future guests. See you next time.